Flagrant foul. We are back. How you guys doing? We got Dante Bichette Jr., farmhand from the Yankees, on the line with us. Dante, you with us?
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
All right. How are you? We got John right here going in with a question.
Dante, thank you for coming on the show. I want to get right into it. One of the things I look forward to every summer is watching the Little League World Series. I know you got to play in it. How did you enjoy your time there?
That was awesome. That was, it's been 8 years now, and it's still one of the best experiences of my baseball career. I mean, from, all the kids all over the world, and really get great competition, and I got to share that with my dad, so that's pretty special.
Definitely. Now, how'd you guys end up doing that year?
We lost to the team that came in third, but we came in like fourth or fifth, I guess.
Nothing wrong with that. Later on, you moved right up into high school. You were the All-Central Florida Baseball Player of the Year, both your junior and senior seasons. What kind of accomplishment is that to you?
That's pretty cool. I mean, I remember being a freshman and watching Nick Franklin, who's playing with the Mariners now, do the same thing when his junior and senior year, and I knew that was pretty special, so I was hoping that I'd be able to, repeat that. He's from Orlando as well, so.
Dante, this is Frank. How's it going?
How are you?
Not bad. I just want to see, I want to give us a little bit about what your pro experience has been like so far. Only being drafted last June, so it's not like you've had time amongst time to be in the pros or through the single A and double A levels. But what's that been like? Have you learned from it? Well, what do you think about when you wake up in the morning? Like, do you see yourself going through the system quickly, or are you gonna take your time with it, or what?
Well, I mean, you go from high school, which is, pretty much everyone who gets drafted is the man around their area, and you go from high school to where it's not tough competition, and then straight into pro ball where everybody's throwing upper 90s, and, everybody can hit just as well as you can, and it's a big adjustment, definitely, but, I took me 2.5 weeks, I think, and then I started slowing down for me, and, having my dad helping me, that's a big part of it, because he's been there before, obviously, and, he was able to talk me through some rough spots and also keep me on hot streaks longer and all that, so gotta say thanks to him. But also, moving through the system is pretty much what the big guys in my organization choose. I mean, I'll just keep playing as hard as I can, and hopefully if I keep doing well, then good things will happen. But, either way, I'll keep playing hard.
It's only been 1 year, so it hasn't been a lot of time, but you had a pretty darn good season. You were named the Gulf Coast League MVP, so obviously that's something to build off. How are you looking to build off that even further for this year? What are you doing to get ready?
I've just been getting stronger in the weight room. That's a big one, is getting stronger in the weight room. I feel like, power numbers were there, but they can get a little better, and I know that comes over time with seeing the pitching more and all that, but I feel like, getting in there, lifting weights, and just learn how to elevate the ball a little bit more, that'll hopefully come into play. And also, getting to play with the older guys. I mean, Mason Williams and, Ben Gamble, Cito Culver, guys like that. I got to play with them, I think. Well, I played 2 games with the rookie ball level, and they were great guys, so I know that playing with them will, raise our abilities a little bit.
Dante, what level are you coming into next season?
I have no idea. Hopefully hopefully Charleston or Staten Island, that would be low A rookie ball, so hopefully one of those two, but I think they decide that after spring training.
Does your dad, obviously, most young guys, when they get into the minors and stuff like that, don't have the dad that you had, with their stature, but does he ever come on the road, like, to just talk to you, be like, hey, your swing's a little slow, flat, anything?
Actually, I was fortunate enough to play in the Gulf Coast League, which is an hour away from my house, and sometimes we even played in Orlando, so my parents were at a lot of games. I mean, my mama was making sure to be at pretty much all of them, but my dad came, and he wouldn't talk to me during the game, but if I ever need some tweaking, he would come back to Tampa with me after, and we'd go in the cage and figure things out for sure.
All right, Dante, how are you? This is Matt. I got a 2-part question for you. Do you feel that you and your father's relationship with Joe Girardi contributed to you being drafted by the Yankees? And had you been drafted by a team like, say, the Astros or the Mariners, would you have been more inclined to go to college?
for the second part, I put out there before the draft that if I was picked in the first round, I would go play pro ball for sure. You know, for slot money and no questions asked, I'd be there the next day. But being close family friends with Uncle Joe is, I mean, it definitely didn't hurt. He probably knows my makeup a little bit more than most people in any organization would. But he actually, I don't think he was at any of my games scouting me. So those were all the other guys' decisions. But if they asked him, I mean, I'd be surprised if he had anything bad to say. So.
Dante, Frank here again, and you just said the words I was already thinking in my head. You said Uncle Joe. A, how long before you got to get rid of that statement? And B, in any way does that help you, being close family friends? Maybe not you per se, but your dad being close family friends with Girardi?
I'd say no, it doesn't help me as far as getting moved up, but it definitely helps me as far as comfortability level and stuff like that. I mean, you know, I love having good relationships with my coaches and managers. Like this year's Gulf Coast team was just, you know, a great combination of guys, and I love them. I love playing for them. And I know that if I play with Coach Joe, then that would be something else also. But getting rid of that saying Uncle Joe, I mean, I'm working on it already. That one just kind of slipped, I guess.
That's not going to work out. That's not going to work at spring training if you get the call. You know that.
My mother coached me in Little League. I know the feeling.
Yeah, it's hard to shake.
Now you came up. You were playing shortstop, and since then you've been moved to third base. Now, is that where you see yourself playing in the future? Is there a corner outfield spot that you see yourself, or you just going with the flow? What are you thinking about position-wise?
Honestly, I'm just kind of banking on the fact that if you can hit, they'll find a spot for you. So I'm hoping that you know, I keep working hard and keep my bat in shape and keep hitting well. But I'd love to stay at third base. I mean, I played well there in the season, and the guys are really helping me out there. Just get, you know, my first step a little quicker and get more agile and stuff. But because I'm a big guy for shortstop for high school for sure, and then moving to third base is also, I'd say, stereotypically a little nimbler person. But I mean, I'm working on agility and stuff to try to keep that spot.
Does A-Rod's contract not scare the shit out of you? Because as a Yankee fan, it scares me, and I'm not even playing behind him. So does that not do you not look up at that? What is it? I think 7 years remaining on that. He's clearly not going anywhere. Does that not bother you? Not bother you, but are you not considering position change more?
Honestly, just the fact that you're putting me in the same question as Alex Rodriguez is pretty cool to me. But I mean, like, that's obviously his spot, and I'm just going to keep playing and see if a spot opens up for me. But yeah, I mean, being said that maybe that's a possibility is pretty cool by itself.
Dante, how do you look at yourself defensively?
Honestly, I've been working on it, and I've came a long way, but I can still go a little further. I think I can get a little quicker, and my arm's coming along well. You know, if I stay with some things, I got to take ground balls with Ramiro Pena. He was up and down the big leagues a few times during the year, and he taught me a little something about throwing the ball and getting backspin and getting carry on it, and I took that into the game, and that really helped out a lot. So I'm just going to keep learning from people when I can, and hopefully that'll help me.
Dante, Matt here. The Yankees obviously have a lot of great instructors down there in Tampa. Has there been anyone in particular who you feel contributed to your success and development the past season, either on or off the field?
Definitely. I mean, my hitting instructor, Edwin Gonzalez, he is a big part in it. We call him Gonzo up there. He pretty tight with all the players, really. And there's like a rule that they're not allowed to touch you for the first 100 days, but I made him talk to me, and I made him talk about the swing and talk about hitting with me, and he's got a lot that I can learn from. So he knows my swing just as well as anybody out there, and as well as my manager, we call him Mendy. He's the man too. I mean, he knows how to pump you up just enough, but not piss you off, and then he's just a good guy for all the players.
All right, I got one more question to ask you before we let you go. Being that your father was a former big league player and he came up in the era, do you guys ever have the steroids chat and what it can mean to your legacy and just not even you making it on the field? Has that ever come up in discussion, or is that not even an afterthought?
That was a big thing. I mean, when I was old enough to realize what all that was, it was right around the the strike when people were on steroids and they weren't getting caught yet. And then my dad was on the Rockies, and I remember my dad was telling me about people were doing that, and I was saying, isn't that cheating? I was a little kid, so I didn't really gather it all totally, but I got the gist of it being bad and cheating, and my parents beat it into me that that's not the way to go, and that's definitely not even a choice to take. So I mean, there really wouldn't be a problem there.
Well, Dante, we're based out of New York, so there's a lot of Yankees fans listening, and I'm
being one.
Sure they all appreciate your time. We thank you very much for coming on the show.
Can't wait to see you in the Bronx, brother.
Hey, thank you guys.
Have a good night.